welcome back to my garden. Get on up in here, because maybe you guys can help me figure out, are we in December or is this October? I believe it's October, but looking at how things are looking in my garden, especially my fountains, you guys, you would think that we are in December. So let's head over there and let's look at the fountain. Yes, the fountain is frozen, but it's only on the surface. So typically in my garden, I don't close my fountain until December. The first week of December is when I will come in traditionally here in my garden in the St. Louis region, and that's when I will close down my fountain, because that is how it's looking. But this year, Mother Nature is coming and she is really cutting up, honey. I was just in Chicago. Before I left from the St. Louis region and headed up to Chicago, I was outside in my garden watering plants alone. I didn't have on a sweatshirt. I did not have on a jacket. It wasn't needed. I was literally in short sleeves. But now on my ride home, I didn't know what to expect when I got home, because it was snowing, or should I say we had some snow flurries in the Chicago region. You guys, when I tell you, as I rode down the highway, I did not know what to expect. So what we're going to do today is there are a couple of containers that we need to get set up for winter. So we're going to hop back there. I have some gorgeous, just simple pots, you guys. So let's head back and then we'll continue on to the next project, because baby, if Mother Nature wants to cut up, I mean, everything this way looks absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you guys the view from this way. If you turn around and you look from this angle, especially when we're looking down this way, it is absolutely gorgeous.
I look into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line. I guess we couldn't see, somehow we couldn't feel. Maybe we rose too fast, maybe we got too high. But I remember days I wonder we were always gonna last.
Now this is cute right here, y'all. I think I am going to go and get some of the orchid pots. So back over here, let's get the orchid pots, because those are concrete. Now you see the orchid pots all the time that are terracotta, glazed terracotta, plastic, of course, you know, just the different styles. But that's one of the things that I'm big on. So I'm going to get this one. So I'll get this one as well. And I'll get this one. So let's take these in. I mean, you guys, just a ton of fountains. Yeah, let's check out, let's see what they have on the inside. And This is a steal. Look at this, you guys. I got 3 of them. So can you imagine a beautiful display or even just sitting by itself? Oh, wow. Look at how big that one is. It's huge. And they definitely not scared. Look at them coming to the top. I ain't got no food for you. These are, I should think about giving these away as gifts. In order to have a good collection of containers, variety is going to be the key. So what I like to do is, if I get some in terracotta versus me going back and getting the same thing in terracotta again, I'll look for it in a different size or a different texture. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead, head to the next spot. I'm really trying to amp up my blue and white containers. I think this is just absolutely gorgeous. Shape of pot that I'm more than likely looking for will more than likely probably be like a bonsai type situation, because those, you can find them real deep if you go bigger, and not only can you find them real deep, you can also find them to where they're still going to have the low profile. Excuse me. This green is absolutely gorgeous.
Abby said this is Abby's fault, so. Aren't those cute?
They are. One of the plants that I love to design with, whether it's the fall, winter, or the spring, is my beautiful friend that I have here, the Hellebore. I love to use the Hellebore in so many different applications, and we're going to do a beautiful indoor arrangement. And you guys, we're only using 2 plants. We have a beautiful Hellebore, and then we're also going to accompany this beautiful Hellebore with this beautiful snake plant here. I'm using this urn here, and it's an urn that I've had as part of my collection for some time now. It's very gorgeous. It's actually concrete. So I'm going to start off by just taking a coffee filter, and I'm going to put the coffee filter down first. The reason being is I want to make sure that my soil does not clog up my drain hole, because both of these plants are actually going to love to be in well-draining soil. And with the snake plant, it's one of those plants that you can really just water and then kind of just let it dry out. Now the Hellebore, when I water this plant, I will be watering more from the front side of the plant, and that way it's going to keep my snake plant happy. Okay, so we have our soil in. We're going to start with our snake plant first, because we might have to do a little bit of work on this. So let's go ahead, let's move our container off to the side here. Let's get our snake plant out. I know that I don't necessarily need all of these plants here, And I also like to find those little treasures. Like this right here is a little treasure because this is another snake plant here. Can you guys see how I'm starting to get a new plant? So we're going to work through. We're going to have a lot of excess soil. So we're going to just take this and move this over to the side because we don't need that. Okay, so I'm going to take this and set this off to the side. We're going to use our snake plant kind of as a wall. Have like a total of 3 plants here. If I was doing an arrangement, I could take this, I can make this 1 plant, 2 plants, 3 plants. I'm going to keep them all together like this because I kind of want my snake plant to come and corral around my hellebore, and I'll show you guys that. Very, very easy to design with snake plants, so let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, so let me wipe this off because this is going to go on the inside of my home. Okay, so now we're going to put our snake plant in here towards the back. Now we're going to come in with some of this soil. We're going to kind of go around the back and we're going to backfill. Sometimes you might have to turn it a bit. Okay. In with our hellebore. Now with my hellebore, I'm not going to really mess with the roots too much. And I'm just going to plop this in right here. I come back in. We're going to fill with soil. Back in. We're tucking everything in, right? Now I am pushing down on this soil around the snake plant because what I want to make sure is I want to make sure that we don't have any air pockets. If we turn this around, we have our hellebore here, right? We have our snake plant. And I'm going to add some moss here around the front of the container. You guys can see it's moss covered all the way around 360. Brush and just kind of just brush this up since it is going to be sitting in the house. I do have it bumped up against the side because when you have it against the side versus the middle, the roots hit the side of the pot quicker and you get those lateral roots. Over here in our shade area here, we're going to start planting up a perimeter of heuchera to go around the perimeter of this bed, the bed that I'm going to be working in. But before I get started, I want to show you all what I do with my soil in my containers that I've used. For example, I had a massive display of containers in various areas throughout my garden in the springtime. So what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll take that soil, I'll either fill in low spots throughout my yard, or I'll come in and I'll add that additional soil to my raised beds. Over here in my shade area, I have 2 garden raised beds because I have these mature trees, maple trees over us that have invasive roots. So in order to be able to plant over here in this area, what I had to do was I had to come in and elevate. So sometimes when you can't go down, you have to lift the beds up. Let's start off with emptying out these row of containers here, and then we'll put them into the garden bed. I have all of the soil moved around the areas where I want it to be. Are some of the old bulbs that we use for our spring display here. But as you can see in this scenario, this one right here has already started breaking down, and this one is soft, it's smushy, it's also going to break down as well. So only thing we're doing is we're coming back and we're adding that organic matter. This is again going to save you guys money, because instead of you having to go out and buy raised bed soil, which can be very expensive. Last year we went, in one of the videos, we went over to Sherwood's Forest and we bought some top raised bed soil, versus coming in and using cardboard and things of that nature, which are all compostable, which all break down. You can still come in and add organic matter and use your old soil, so it saves you money in the long run. Do add compost to my beds. I also add leaves back to my raised beds, so therefore I'm feeding the soil and then I'll be rewarded. Go ahead and start planting up the heucheras over here in this back bed. You guys, look at this. Ants everywhere, all over these plants, you guys. Can you guys see that? Let me scoot it back some. Can you guys see it? There we go. Ants everywhere. Add the hellebores over to that area. I do have several more hellebores that are going to be coming out of containers. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. Make sure to like and subscribe as well. But we planted up quite a few hellebore for our spring display. You all, it was gorgeous. I was asked so often, what did I do with the hellebores that I pulled out of my window box that I planted up for spring? We had a beautiful display, but now I'm going to save money by, again, taking my hellebores and now using them out into my landscape. So that way, when I want to buy these big, beautiful concrete containers, these big, beautiful terracotta pots, or just splurge in my garden, or just save money overall, then that way I'm not taking from my budget twofold. So let's go ahead and get these popped in.
into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line.